Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me today for the Whimsy Stamps It's Right Behind Me, Isn't It? Video hop and giveaway. Lots of fun all month long with Whimsy Stamps and lots of fun giveaways. Go on over to their blog, go through all the hop videos. You will get tons of inspiration and lots of opportunities for giveaways. So today I am featuring the Cityscape die, the Slimline Cityscape die, and the Slimline dies with the, what they call it, the Slimline cornered rectangle die set. And then later on in this video, I will also be bringing in two other stamp sets, the Dracula I Compel You and Going Batty, to bring in some bats and some other sentiments and things for the card. Okay, so I'm doing some ink blending with Distress Inks, and I'm using Ripe Persimmon, Wilted Violet, Chipped Sapphire, Black Soot, Fossilized Amber, and Antique Linen. And this looks like a hot mess on the video, and I promise you it does not look like this in person. The blend is way smooth, and I think you'll see that in the photos at the very end of the finalized product. So I don't know why the ink blending looks like a hot mess on the video. It's strange. Anyway, so I had this black glitter cardstock in my stash. I think it was from an old Die Cuts with a View or something like that pad that I had. I was searching for black glitter cardstock, and that was what I found in my stash. So I'm just going to, I ran the Cityscape die through, and then now I'm going to run it back through with that same rectangular die that I used on the background panel, and just so it has the same shape and the stitching, and so that is uniform all the way around the card, and it gives it a much nicer more finished look. Also in that Cityscape die set are these little clouds. So I'm just going to use my little sidekick here and run these clouds through a couple of times to get a couple different sets. I got lots of clouds. And these clouds I think took the longest of any part of this video. Not the die cutting them out. As you can see, that was really quick. But I kept trying to color them with the Copic markers, and they're little bitty tiny, and so holding them and then dabbing on bits of color. Oh, I did go around the edge with Black Soot. I got a little carried away right there, but I blended it out and it was all right. But they were so white, they stuck out way too much on my card, so I kept having to add color. What I did in the end, and you will see a little bit of the coloring, I didn't leave all the coloring in, but I went over with the whole cloud with a C0, and then I just kept dotting in C1 and C3 until I finally got it to where I thought it looked good with the card, and it didn't stand out, and they were kind of some dark and moody clouds to go along with the dark and moody Halloween sky. So have y'all all been enjoying the hop and getting to see tons of inspiration and lots of, I know Whimsy has come out with tons of new product lately, and it's always fun to see the inspirations that everyone comes up with for the products and everything. Oh, right here I was back to the card real quick. Was going to do some stamping of some bats on there, and so I wanted to make sure that all the ink was dry, and so because I wanted to stamp them in VersaFine and then put some clear embossing powder over the top of them to make them really stand out, be shiny, and a little bit dimensional. So I was drying a little bit and testing just to make sure that it was all dry and I wasn't going to have any problem with sticking embossing powder where it didn't need to stick. So now I'm just heating those until they're smooth and shiny, and then we'll put the powder away and move on to the next step. So if you haven't already, you should go over to Facebook and join the group Whimsy Stamps Inspirations. There is a ton of stampers that share their projects on there, and it's a really great group of people. And so if you're looking for lots of inspiration, that is a great place to go. If you're like to do Facebook, they also have Instagram, Pinterest, and of course their YouTube channel as well. So lots of great places to find plenty of Whimsy stamp inspiration. Okay, so here I am struggling with these little die cut clouds, and it's a little fussy, but it really didn't take that long. It was the longest step of the video, but it really didn't take that long. It was well worth it. They look very cute on the card, and I like that there was so many different shapes. That's the one thing about some clouds, when you get dies or whatever, it's all the same, and then they all look the same. So these little sets, I think there was like 5 different shapes. So that that helped give some enough variation that it just didn't look cookie cutter, maybe is what I'm trying to come up with. And so I liked it that there was different shapes to work with on that. So then I was struggling with the placement, and at first I had them too spread out, and then I decided, well, I needed to cluster them. And so then I started putting them in clusters, and then it looked more normal. So here is one of the sentiments I got out of one of the other stamp sets. It says, "Hope your Halloween is really batterific." So I thought that went along with the scene with all the bats in the sky. And I just kept thinking that this must be Gotham, the bats in the sky, and the moody sky, and the cityscape. That this in my head, this is Gotham City. Do any of y'all ever do that? Just as you're making a card, just come up with the thought process behind the card and what it may look like, and a little story with the card and everything. It's kind of fun. But anyway. Okay, so I had all that extra ripe persimmon that I had cut off from my original ink blending, so I decided to stamp one of the sentiments from that little batty stamp set, and I stamped it with the VersaMine, and I put the clear embossing powder on it, and then heat set that, and then I just fussy cut it out. I didn't really want it to have like a, some just square there. So I thought the cutting it out, fussy cutting it out, would give it a little bit more character and fit in with the card a little bit better. So here I am again fussing with my clouds and adding just a little bit more dark right underneath the bottom of the clouds. And after that go around, I was finally happy with my clouds. I added a little bit of foam tape behind that sentiment, and then I decided I wanted to splatter it with some shimmer spray. So I just took the nozzle out and did big splatters. And so then I decided I needed more orange because you couldn't really see a lot of the bright persimmon. And so I just took out another piece of Bristol. Bristol Smooth is what I did all my ink blending on. And so I cut down another piece to be just an 1/8 inch bigger all the way around, and then blended the edge so you could see that ripe persimmon underneath my panel there. And then on the inside of my card, I'm going to use the Happy Halloween that was in the Batty stamp set, and then I will stamp the bats from Dracula, I Compel You, that I used on the outside, inside the card. And then that's pretty much going to do it for this card. As always, I thank you for stopping by and watching, thumbs upping, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff to my videos. I really appreciate it. It helps my channel to grow. And be sure to hop along with the rest of the videos and leave your comments so you're entered into a chance to win some giveaways. I will see you in the next video.